Well, this is Mike Rasmussen, CPA, Straight Talk for Small Business. It is Thursday. What do we got here? August 13th. So I'm going to walk you through exactly what's happening out there on the internet today as far as programs specifically geared towards you that you're going to be able to take away and send off at the end of the show. You'll go to a description in my YouTube and you'll be able to take a document, forward it off to your advisor or your CPA and go, does this expense qualify for me while Congress, which would be the House or Senate or the White House, while the whole they're organizing another stimulus package. Here is one that we've been talking about. Senate Bill 4117 introduced June 30 of 2020, which provides automatic forgiveness for Paycheck Protection Program loans under $150,000. So what a time saver for you. So you don't have to go through that loan forgiveness process. You automatically get it forgiven, okay? Another one that we're talking about today is this Forward Act. The Forward Act has a piece of it for research and development expenses and some further benefits. And there will be a lot more discussion on this, but at least this is going through the process. And the Forward Act was introduced right here by some senators, Chris Coons, Pat Roberts. And what it is research and development credits for costs incurred for research and development. And I will get to what that means. So part of the Forward Act had a piece of it which was the enhancing the R&D credit, which stands for Research and Development Credit. So what is a R&D activity? So research and development. It's probably bigger than you think that you could apply. So even as far as I'll tell you right now with Hi Tech CPA, a lot of my expenses are going to qualify for this credit. So what are they? Developing software, coding to use internally or sell. Developing or designing new products, processes, formulas, or systems. Developing prototypes or pilot models. Modifying or redesigning existing processes or systems. Directly supporting, supervising research activities. Researching product and material alternatives. Developing new, improved manufacturing processes. Here you go. Hiring third-party employees to develop software on their behalf, developing, applying for patent, and purchase of supplies to support the R&D activities. These are activities, and if any costs associated with these activities, then your costs could then be used as an R&D credit. Here is a basic description of it. Companies can generate a net dollar-for-dollar tax credit used to offset tax liability of typically between 6 and 8%. Okay, so let's just take 6 and 8%. 6 and 8% of costs that are related to this, one of these activities that we described here. So if you had an activity that qualified, if you incurred $100,000 of a eligible cost, if you will, take 6%, that means that's $6,000 to $8,000 of a credit, a dollar-for-dollar tax credit. It's not a deduction, it's a tax credit that if you were a regular corporation could offset your tax, or if you were a pass-through entity, which would be an S Corp, a limited liability company. And so to go further, you would be able to pass that due to your shareholder. Keep reading, because the R&D credit can be claimed retroactively, and companies can review their expenses, investments for the 3 prior tax years, as well as the current tax year, to calculate a significant cumulative tax benefit. Okay, so this is something you can do right now. Why is this important? As a small business, you may not have been spending items for reinventing yourself. As you hear that buzzword, you may not have, you may be starting to spend to see an opportunity in your niche of your small business, and all of a sudden you may start qualifying. So what do? Take this and forward it on to your accountant, your CPA, or your advisor. And do you have any expenses, possibly in the past, or you're currently working on, that might be beneficial and you might be able to qualify? So, hope that helped you. Definitely was even doing this every day gives great insight to me. We're looking at what is law, and then where is it in with the organizations like SBA and United States Treasury? Where does it sit in their organizations? Then we're looking where it is in Congress. We're following the flow of topics that can hit you you could act on immediately, and or what's coming that you might be impacted. So what you get out of this is as topics or different programs could potentially impact you. You take away from here, you pass on the document to your advisors, and then expect a response back from your advisors. So when I do those, they'll be available for you in the description, and you can then send those up. So Mike Rasmussen, CPA, Straight Talk for Small Business. Go see and check out if your advisor can help you look at your small business and see if you're impacted by a potential adoption of the Forward Act with a specific respect to research and development costs that you may have incurred in the past or incurring now. Have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow.